I couldn't go through with that. The weekend transit, we're gonna do it like we always do. So here's what we have coming up.
Oh, you're just gonna start it like that?
What,
You're
what,
just gonna start this podcast like that? Is
Yeah.
it started right now?
it's going. Yeah.
That's how you're gonna start it.
Why not? How would you start it? Yeah, that's better than what I did. Yeah, sure. So you're gonna do what I always do.
Just saying.
So we are going to talk about the weekend transit here for a moment. Bear with us. Actually, no, not bear with us.
Yeah, bear with us as we talk about our band, please.
Enjoy us.
Fast it forward to the next segment if you'd like.
Or don't, because we have new merch.
Merch.
Woo!
Yeah.
We have our crew du
you
Saint
can't even say it
crew
right.
crew du Saint Amand.
Yeah,
think-
sure.
Yeah, I think that's
Was
how
that
you say it.
Cajun?
It's French.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know. Let's speak a little bit.
Can
That
you say something else?
C.
Okay.
Queso dip. We got new merch, yay! We also have hopefully the other guys don't get mad at this, but we have a video that we finished shooting last weekend.
Why would they get mad?
I don't know.
Which one of them would get mad?
I don't know. We got to talk about everything first. You know, it's like being married.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, well, you know what? But as men, we always make our wives mad. So why not just do it anyway?
You're right.
Yep. So we have a video in the works right now that we finished shooting last week with the Weekend Transition.
Is
For
that more French?
so talk about that was Spanish.
Was it? Go ahead.
See. For our song called Quiet, and because Trey hates whenever I just call it Quiet, I'm going to call it by its full title. Quiet, my secrets are safe. Safe.
Better.
Up to your standards?
Yeah, I'm put you on the spot now.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
We didn't even talk about this. I'm just gonna do it. So since in hype of the whole new video coming out, which we haven't even mentioned to anybody yet, go ahead and maybe tell us, 'cause you wrote basically all the lyrics for that song, correct?
I mean, I wrote a lot of it, but I mean, there was some tweaking.
It was you and Will. You and Will mainly did it.
I wrote a lot of it. They went into the studio and tweaked a lot of it and took some stuff out, put some stuff in.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about what the song is about.
It's going to take forever.
That's fine. We have forever.
Well, how about... You sure you want to do that right now?
We're doing it.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, from beginning to end, the song is about a transition or an evolution of going from a very dark place of feeling a state of constant distress and fear of letting your feelings of negativity and pain and all that, you know, all those negative feelings and emotions that you have, a fear of letting those be seen because they are somewhat shown as a sign of weakness in a lot of society, because people don't want to hear your crap. They don't want to hear your problems. They don't want to hear that, you know, you're not happy with the way things are and whatnot. They just want to tell you, just suck it up. It's fine. Everything's not so bad. So you just bury it and bury it and bury it. And the song goes from a transition of you burying that as, you know, like that's your secret. You're in pain. You're hurting. And throughout the song, there's an evolution of you going from burying that pain and that distress to a point where you let it go and you let people in to see that you are in pain and you are hurting, to get help, because you know that what you're feeling is dangerous, not only to you but people around you. Your relationships or suffer from your pain, especially whenever you keep it inside and you don't let anybody, empathize with you. So you let that pain be seen, you let it be known that you are in need of help. You need somebody to be there with you. So you're going from a place of darkness to a place of light when you realize that one of the last lyrics of the song is actually, now everybody can see my shame. And the point in that is that at that point you let it go and you stop hiding your secrets and you stop keeping your secrets safe within yourself, and you show your weakness and your pain, which is very, I get really emotional when I talk about this, because there's a lot of people that don't ever come out of that. They stay in that, and ultimately something really bad comes from it a lot of times. And I've seen it happen to people. I've heard of it happening to good people who just never let anybody help them. They never let those demons be seen by anybody else because they didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want other people to deal with it. So they just buried them. And this song is about you taking those things that you're feeling and letting them be seen so you could be helped.
Right.
By those who, love you and care about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say that. And that's such a good lyric, too, thinking about and reflecting on. Like, so when you say, now everyone can see my shame, but, like, the way it's portrayed is that, like, because you let your true self out, or that you shared what you're going through, it's to you, it might look shameful to other people. Like, what is this dude or this girl doing? You know what I mean? Like, why? Nobody wants to hear that. But the way that the person in the song is portraying is, and everyone can see my shame, but I feel free now. It's out there, I'm able to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like that's such a, that lyric speaks to me, man. Like it's really good, man.
Yeah, I think it speaks to a lot of people. My grandma and I actually were talking about it one day, because I was telling her, just my family, especially my mom and grandma, are very connected to, us and what we do. They love to keep up with us and see where we're at and stuff. And her and I got on the topic of this song, and, bless my grandmother. She's a saint. She's an incredible woman. She was saying how my grandfather, the year prior to his passing, was going through a lot of, hiding and masking all of his pain and whatnot, and his struggles. And towards the end, he he came to terms with everything, and he lived his last year good. He lived it well, in a good place. And when my grandmother actually kind of started crying a little bit in that conversation, because it was a very emotional conversation, I knew that this song is so much more than what I ever thought it was before. The fact that my grandmother, who would never, ever dream of listening to music like ours,
Right.
when I showed her the lyrics and broke it down to her, and we talked about it, she started crying. And I realized, and she told me what it made her feel, and I realized just how powerful the song is, and it means that much more to me now that happened.
Yeah.
That I shared that experience with her. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
That ended up being a lot longer than I thought. That's just that song. I could talk about it a lot because it's a problem, that
Yeah,
a lot of us
and
deal with.
I think we try to portray that in our music video coming up soon, hopefully. Hope everybody watches it and doesn't just watch it, for like the.
It's pretty.
It's pretty, yeah, but really like looks into the concept and the thought that really that you put into it, because it was mainly your idea, everything that we put into it, or you put into it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it wasn't just me. I mean, I spent a lot of time on it, and I had you guys in mind at every step of it as a standard, you know, knowing that I had to produce something with you guys that was quality, you know, that was something good. And I hope it is. I hope it turns out well.
Me too.
I mean,
It
it
will,
looked
though.
like it was going to,
It will.
but
Well, we
yeah.
can't wait to share that with you guys, and it's kind of nice to have like a little background of like, you know, Mike's story, and to know the song and like what it means to us as a band. I mean, I appreciate that, Mike, for sharing that, you know. And really, I've talked to you about it before, but I didn't really know that much about it, you know what I mean, until now. So, and I really appreciate that, you sharing that.
But yeah, I feel like that's something we should know, or I feel like that's something we should have talked about before, I guess.
Probably.
Because I have, not to keep dragging it out anymore, but I'm hoping this song evolves into something more than just the song. I want it to stand for something, and I want it to let people know that they're not alone in whatever it is that they're going through. I mean, I know it's not a new concept to try to do that, but I just think about all the times that I felt alone, and how bands music that they sang. My dad would tell me back in the day, he said, maybe you shouldn't listen to stuff like that because, you know, it'll make you feel bad, you know, it'll bring you down. I told him, I said, no, this is the stuff that makes me know it's going to be okay, because these people are putting their hearts and their lives into this, saying that I know what you're feeling, and what you're feeling is, it's going to pass and you will be okay. And that's what I want this song to do for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, all of our music, but this song in particular just has a special place for me.
Right, yeah. Absolutely. Good
Just
stuff,
wish it
man.
wasn't so hard to play.
Hard to it made for
So
you.
hard to play.
But yeah, I hate to like, let's move on.
I know it wasn't meant to be that long.
No, it's all good. Let's talk. Go ahead and tell all the listeners out there about our next big step that we will be doing in about 2 weeks to this date.
So 2 weeks, we're going on a little tour. 6 days in 6 states.
Yeah, buddy.
Smelling up a vehicle, getting real close to each other, knowing
Playing
what it's
nothing
all
but pop country the whole way there and back.
Oh my god, dude, that would be so funny.
I already started my playlist, dude.
Dude, Will is gonna throw a fit.
Man, Will can sit in the back.
He's gonna end up in Mirage's van.
Oh, probably.
Dude, that's gonna be great. John's gonna sing along with us. I don't know about Aaron, which I'm gonna bring that up real quick. Unfortunately, but shout out to Aaron for giving us a helping hand for the tour. Aaron from Prophet Pariah is going to come on tour with us to pick up where Casey, our bass player and screaming vocals, is going to be unable to make it. So unfortunately, we'll be without Casey, but fortunately, Aaron's stepping up for us and helping us out. Shout out, Aaron. We love you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I just wanted to bring that up.
Right. So anyway, yeah, we will be going on tour. It's going to kick off at Wingfingers in Lafayette. Then we will go to Georgia.
Dude, I still don't remember the schedule.
I can't tell you the names of the venues, but I believe it's Georgia, Alabama.
Are we going to Tennessee?
Hmm?
Are we going to Tennessee? No, one of those fell through.
No, we're going to Tennessee.
We're not going to Georgia.
It is Georgia. You're right.
We're going to Florida.
Because we're playing High Tone in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be playing Alabama, I think on the Nick Rocks, or whatever it's called. Then Tennessee at High Tone. We're playing in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. Yeah, and then I said Lafayette. So that's 6 dates.
6 dates, man.
So that's it. So if any of you, if we have any listeners in any of those areas, please come out and listen to our band. and
Excuse
buy
me.
merch. What?
Excuse me.
Yo, what was that?
What that was.
Yeah, maybe don't come to our show. We're kind of a weird dudes, but we'd love to meet you. And
At least come to Lafayette for our local listeners.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're more than likely from either Lafayette or Lake Charles, and you are our friends, and you belong at the Wingfinger show.
If you don't know us, you know Aaron, most likely.
Yeah, that too. So let's pack that place out.
Yeah, boy. Let's pack it out. Let's throw down.
Exactly.
The most overused words. Maybe not so much pack it out, but throw down's pretty.
Pack it out.
Like, like every.
Well, you can throw down with a place that's not packed out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, probably better. Yeah. Probably have a little more space.
And we're not in it for friendships. We're in it for money. So
yeah, absolutely.
Please come, bring money, and drop tips.
What is passion and friends? Who cares about that crap?
Nobody, dude.
Stupid. Don't ever get into music for passion and friends. Get in it for the money.
We don't.
Wait, but where's the money at?
What?
I thought we'd have stacks of cash by this point. We're going on tour. Why are we not millionaires?
We will be.
Oh, sure. That's the plan, right?
Mm.
All right, so that when you said pack it out, it made me think of something like very topical we could pick at for a second. Sharing posts on social media and using the same words and same phrases over and over and over.
Like
come out and throw down. And nobody cares when you say that.
Why don't you just add me, dude? Is that what
I'm
you're doing
I'm not
right now?
adding you. I'm adding 90% of people who share their band stuff.
Yeah, it's either come out and throw down or come out and support or what's the other one? Yeet.
Probably.
Or
I'd rather put
it's,
yeet than most of the time. This is not good either, but a lot of times I just share it. I don't even say anything because it's just like.
Yeah, nobody's going to pay attention to that.
Yeah, but whenever, to me, like saying stuff like come out and throw down is the equivalent of saying, please come to our show. We really want
it seems
you.
desperate.
Yeah, and sometimes when you write, some ways it's like self-congratulatory if you word things wrong. I can't really think of a phrase in particular, but I know I've had that thought about some phrases before. I just can't. Some people will probably get mad at me and be like, hey, I thought we were friends, and I'm a person that does it all the time. But yeah, no, don't do that. If you were trying to make people interested,
don't not share our stuff and tell people to come throw down. Are you're talking specifically about the band on the bill saying come throw down?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
I just
for the most part.
Yeah, I guess it's like, okay, so hear me out.
Well, no, look. So like, if your friend shares your event and says come throw down, it's like, oh, he's about that band. I might go throw down with him. But if you are on the stage getting paid, playing that night, and you're like, come throw down, it kind of comes off as like, oh, like they're full of themselves. They're going to throw down.
Well, not even so much they're full of themselves. It's just, to me, at this point, it feels kind of like I said, begging. It's like that particular phrase is so overused and it's so unpopular to me. Nobody responds to stuff like that. Maybe going back to when we had our episode with Marcus and he talked about the ratios thing, the people that are going to respond to that are the other artists, the people that are some of the diehard fans, but are just fans of the scene.
Yeah,
but people that you're trying to get interested and whatnot, when they see that just looks like another local band trying to push their band. To me, that's not a good way to share your stuff, to market it well. I think there's a better way to connect whenever you use social media as a platform for marketing, even as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should do, like, for your friends. I mean, maybe it's your friends. I don't know who it is, but whenever you share that, you should try to make a different connection to make people be like invested in it and think they will get more out of it than just, hey, come throw down, because most of the time the people don't really want to go throw down, just not around here. So And when you're a no-name band, I just feel like people are just like, oh, here's just another shitty band trying to promote their stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm over the top on it. I just think that I don't think it's a
Look,
good way to do it.
I am totally about what you're saying. And like to me, not the come throw down. That does kind of doesn't bother me, but I will look over it. You know, I
Yeah.
might like it if it's my friend's band. Just like what you said, if it's in the ratio of like friend to non-known fan, or ratio. Like I'll like my friend's status if it says come throw down and it's their event flyer. But if it's a band I've never heard of and they're like come throw down, I'm gonna scroll right past it.
Yeah.
But like for me, one of the ones is like, and not that I stopped saying this, but like one of the statuses a lot of people say is come out and support local music. This is one of my biggest pet peeves too. Not the fact that they say that, but the people, they love to. Man, I feel like I'm raining fire down on people right now. But
that's okay, because I personally think that this is. I think this is something that people need to talk about, because this is something that people keep doing and it doesn't work. It's not working.
Not just
so
about
we
working,
we need to change that.
People will say, come and support local music on their event flyer. They're playing that night, okay? But you will never see this person share another band's event flyer and say, come support local music. They use the term support. What, do I seem louder than I'm supposed to be?
I don't know. You might be screaming a little bit. You're just passionate, bro.
Okay.
Let the passion
Sorry.
flow.
I'll tone it down a little bit.
Go for it.
The same people, they use the term support your scene, but only when they're referring to themselves. And you will not see them at another local show. You won't see them sharing other band stuff. You're only going to see them. And that's the thing, too, is they'll say, I freaking love this band playing with us tonight. And it's like, yeah, but you're not going to see them go see that same band if you're not playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is 100%. Like, to me, that is such a huge problem with the scene nowadays, is that we have so many freaking bands in Lafayette, correct? We're in Lake Charles, but, I mean, let's just talk about Lafayette for a second. I could probably name 15 bands right now.
That's a lot. I didn't realize there was that many.
I could easily probably name 15.
Like of our scene?
I'm just talking about
just bands.
Yeah, I mean, not like way out of the circle of what we do, but
Stop that. You stop that right now.
But within the genre,
well,
rock,
let
me finish.
Well, no, I want to ask you. I want to set the parameters. Would you say would you categorize us, say Mirages and Good Samaritans, as
yes,
like all of the scene?
Yes, we could play with Good Samaritans. Now, Good Samaritans fans might not like us, and Weekend Transit fans might not like Good Samaritans, but we could play a show together.
Yeah.
Or we could support each other. The point I'm trying to make is that if the 15 bands that I can name off my hand right now would show up to one local show, we all went to one local show in Lafayette. That's at least 4 members per band. What's 4 times 15? Are you good at math?
It's like 60, I think.
It's like 60?
15, 30, 45, yeah.
45?
60.
Okay. That is 60 people showing up to event. Now, once again, that does go into the category of artist friends, okay?
And you also got to take into account how many people are there to see this one band and are leaving immediately after.
That's fine. The whole point is that they like they like to say, air quotations, supported. They came in, paid that door, and now these bands are going to have 60 people that paid. And then the other people, they're supposed to bring friends with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The goal is for them to bring friends, and that's your fans. And then the more and more we can do that as a group, we're going to gain more and more, like, bigger followings, because there's nothing more whack than going to a show that you don't know anybody at, and there's like 6 people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is awkward. It's weird, and you're not gonna have fun because you're gonna sit at the bar and drink, and you're just gonna watch this band, maybe an extremely talented, very well put together band, throw down. But if the crowd isn't there, then you're not going to be interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not gonna go stand up on the stage by yourself.
No. Well, we have. But
Yeah, because we're artists. We're artist fans. So.
true.
You know, if we're being real.
Yeah.
And so if we all band together as a scene and do this for one another, it's, you know, don't do it just to benefit your band, but it's going to benefit the whole scene as a whole. That's why people are going to Cowboys and people are going to On the Rocks here in Lake Charles, because there's always a crowd there. You know what I mean?
Facts. Because that's what is fun and has been conveyed to them as what the fun thing to do is. And
but that's true.
I mean, it may be fun. It's not fun to me, but at one time it was, because when I was in college and whatnot, that was the fun thing to do, and that's what people did. So we went to bars and did stuff like that. But to me now, that's not the fun thing to do.
Let me ask you this too, though. If you'd have been in college and went to a bar and there was 6 people there, y'all would have bounced, right?
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
We like to talk about how our scene is dead, but the people in our scene are not attending local shows.
Yeah, I think that whole support local music thing too. I don't think it's a viable marketing technique at all. I really don't. The reason I say that, I appreciate the idea of support local bands, but the fact of the matter is how many people are gonna like every band, or 50 to 60% of the bands.
This is my take on it. It is not your fans' job to support you, okay? Because
I don't see where you're going with that.
a fan doesn't. I think friends and family support. You know what I mean? Like my mama, she'll say she likes my music, but I don't think she truly in her heart likes our music.
I don't necessarily
support.
agree with the idea of support, because I mean,
okay, look at it this way: whenever you go to a Data Member show, do you consider that support, or do you consider that
there's definitely a cynical aspect to it, and that's like, I'm here because I enjoy it and I want to be here.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like buying merch is supporting.
But you buy it because you want to buy it. You're not if you go to a Data Member show, you are not going to go because you're like, I need to support a Data Member. I want to buy their shirt because it's nice and I like the band.
Yeah, I think you're getting down into a different.
Definitely not. Let me finish.
No, what I'm saying is I think you're looking at it from a different perspective. I see what you're saying. Is why. Damn, I was far from the mic. Why would you consider you doing something that you enjoy or like to be supporting somebody? I think you're talking more of intent of doing what you do. I do think that buying something for somebody if you want it is a supportive thing to do, but I see what you're saying. Intent is definitely different.
Maybe. My point is...
why you do it is different.
Right, yeah, I guess. But man, you made me lose my train of thought now. But the point is I think it is... if you want to play in the local scene, you want to play shows, you want to play music, and you want to be noticed, I don't think you can do... I mean, you can if you're an extremely good band. But it's so important to support your brothers and sisters in the scene, you know what I mean? Go to their shows. Even if you don't like them. Like, freaking go to a show on the weekend. If you're home doing nothing, go. I'm also not hating on people that don't regularly attend shows. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. But it does really irritate me whenever, like you said, they'll make a status and it seems like they're begging you to come to their show, yet they don't go to a single show within months at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, that's the point I'm trying to make, is that I think it's
ingenuine.
Yeah, oh, definitely. But like my point is that if you're in a band, you need to support other bands. And that is if you're in a band, support other bands, and that is going to generate fans.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it kind of did.
cheesy.
Oh, it was.
No, I see what you're saying though. I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. My whole point by all that whole topic in the beginning though was the fact that like you keep saying come out and throw down. You keep saying it, you keep saying it. How many people are actually coming out? So why do you keep using the same phrasing and the same status, quote unquote, whenever you're sharing these events? Why wouldn't you find a way to that seems more appealing to who you're sending this to? You're letting see this, you're writing a post or you're putting a picture or whatever. Put a status that's going to appeal to your viewer, not, hey, come support my band. Hey, you come do this for me.
Yeah, because it makes it seem like, oh, I got to go out and do this for him or her. You know what I mean? Instead of, well, I guess I can get to that. I'll let you finish talking. You done? Okay. So
No, so actually, go ahead.
the point
is
the point is I'm trying to make is, or the point you're trying to make, I think, is instead of come support me, come do this, come to my show, please come to my show, make it worth that person's while, and not by like, hey, if you come, we're going to throw down. Hey, if you come, we're going to play great music. Give them something. Maybe it's a free merch bundle, or maybe it's half-price drinks or something like what we did with our weekend transit shots. Whatever it is, you have for new fans to be coming to your show, you have to give them something. Otherwise, they're really not going to come because there's such a huge amount of local bands in our area. What?
I didn't say anything.
Exactly, but you're kind of like looking off in the distance, like I keep hijacking your cover.
No, I was looking at the time. Go ahead.
Okay. We running low on time?
Yeah, we need to wrap it up soon.
Okay.
And plus, I gotta go soon. So.
You gotta go?
Yeah.
Okay, so
sorry.
See how it feels. We can talk about this for a little bit longer, but
see how it feels. See how it feels.
We're gonna go ahead and leave y'all on a cliffhanger.
Answer that question. See how it feels.
What's the question?
See how it feels. Actually, I gotta go.
I hate you. All right. So
no, I mean, my last thing I wanted to say, which a while ago when I was messing with you, I actually did have one more thing to say. Oh, what was it? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I forgot what it was. Go ahead.
Wrap it up.
It was something about,
Halsey or something.
No, it wasn't Halsey. Although, slaps. She's a boss. She's a beast. She's a boss, bro.
Okay, all right. This has been the Sound Check podcast. Thank y'all so much for listening and supporting us.
Wait. When did you become the guy that got to sign off?
I thought we took turns.
Oh, I don't like to share.
I see that. So thank y'all for all of y'all's support, and come back next time to watch us throw down this podcast. So go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. I'll let you send us out, even though I pretty much just did.
Well, like I said once before, this is a podcast and nobody's watching us.
Did I say watch?
You said watch.
Come listen to us throw down.
Thank you. Come listen to us throw down. That's the stupidest thing. Bye.